Stop, collaborate, and listen. Mr. Carl got the words that are dissing. All them politicians that be tripping. Ice, ice, baby is what we missing. Hey, everybody, Martin Luther King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day. And make sure you make this a day on instead of a day off. Every year, this time comes around, and as you can see, things are very heightened at this time. And part of what I'm going to talk about, of course, today, after I give my props to Martin Luther King and the purpose of things that surround around that and what we can do to make the world better. I'm also going to speak on a few political issues later, such as the Venezuela, the Greenland, and the whole deportation battle that's going on in Minnesota and basically everywhere around the country. So first, I want to give a happy Martin Luther King Day once again to you, yours, and all races of all colors, brothers, sisters, because we are all one on this planet. If you do not know it, your genetic code is only 0.1% different than every other person that you meet. Your skin, your nails, your hair texture, that's 0.1% of your genetic code. The other 99% is just like everybody else walking past you right now. Remember that. Would you diss somebody who's 99% you? I doubt it. So remember that on a day like today. We had a phrase when I used to be in AmeriCorps when I worked with the children. And on this day, we called it have a day on instead of a day off. And that doesn't mean just go and slave. But hey, if you got to get your money too. You know, you get that overtime pay for the day. But also try to find something to do. Try to find some way to give the world an advantage. And I want to talk about some of the disagreement with people having with our guy Martin Luther King and then our brother Malcolm X. I'm going to tell you why guys like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and Gandhi have some comparisons that you can actually see why some of their movements worked really good, but the other movements don't. And you see the same thing going on in Minnesota right now. If you take the Martin Luther King, Gandhi, nonviolent route, yes, you take a lot of abuse. Yes, you're going to get beat in the head. Yes, you're going to be treated wrong. Yes, you're going to be hurt and abused and bit by dogs and hit by water hoses, and a few people are going to get shot and taken down. But you know what you have? You have the moral high ground. You have a place where you can stand and say, yes, we came, yes, we marched, yes, we protested, but we didn't throw a single punch. We didn't throw a single rock. And all you guys do are pounding on us. And when enough people see you get pounded on in the public eye, and this is what Gandhi did, this is what Martin Luther King did, they basically just got pounded on like the Passion of Christ in the eyes of everyone until everybody's just like, look, man, stop. Okay, fine. Civil rights, fine. Give Gandhi India Day freedom, fine. I can't take it no more. And the problem is with our brother Malcolm X, who had a great idea, but he was strong for separation, and he had a defend yourself almost with violent threats scenario, which at the moment seems perfectly sensible as you are receiving violence and you're just trying to stop or cancel it. But if you know anything about dominant powers, they're always going to push the level. Mark you as a terrorist, mark you as a danger with your little weapon, all these things. So now they get to move on you with mace and stun guns. And oh, his car was coming at me. My life was in danger. And that's why his movement, even though we respect him for his mind and all the great things he said, does any of us live that Malcolm X lifestyle at all on this planet and Earth? Or in America? No. And we all respect and love the guy. So remember that Minnesota with your ICE movement. And that's one of the things I want to talk about right now. The immigration issue with ICE. It's complex because, of course, America's a country of laws. If I break a law, I go to jail. I get in trouble. If I don't pay my bills, they mess up my debt. They kill my bank account. You get what I mean? They do everything to us. They take our loans. They'll take your student loan. They'll kick you out of school. That young gentleman who did something to his family from the Reiners, he now no longer has access to the money from his parents because of what he did. Perfect example, right? So unfortunately, even our fellow immigrant brothers and sisters, no matter whether they came here legally or not, you have to suffer through this same thing that we call your bureaucracy. And in the bureaucracy, if you have one thing out of line, one everything dotted wrong. You miss the date on a piece of paper. You don't get a letter in time. You don't file something by the date, they will cancel your stuff, charge you fees, possibly incarcerate you. And the same thing is happening, unfortunately, with the ICE thing. But the problem is, like all Democrat and Republican plans, what do? They come like a hammer and they never treat it like a scalpel. They do the war thing. Oh, collateral damage, it's fine. Oh yeah, we only took out a few thousand people by mistake. Why? Why can't you just take a little more time, be careful about it, make sure everybody is happy and peaceful with the process instead of rushing through, jiving on everybody you see coming out on the street? Because now people say, hey, you're doing wrong. You're abusing people. They call you the big N word, but from Germany, not the one from the hood in Philadelphia. And that's when you got to say, hey, why don't we do this more careful? Obama got rid of a bunch of people. We never heard a word. We never heard nothing about nobody running up in houses or jumping people in cars. And he did like twice as much. So it's proven it can be done carefully and respectfully. There is no need to villainize fellow Americans and people that we live around. We have the law, you have the equipment, but it's aggressive, just like this whole situation with this stupid fool trying to take over Greenland. Well, you're not getting Greenland. You're not taking over. It's part of the NATO treaty. Do you realize if we actually attack or aggressively take Greenland in any other way than them accepting a buyout, all the other NATO countries have a signed designation that they must all attack us as one. And you know Russia and China going to jump in there like, hey, we NATO now too. Shoot, since the rest of y'all want to jump America, China going to be, hey, NATO, we wasn't messing with y'all for a while. But since they decided to mess with Greenland, hey, NATO, we cool, right? And then next thing you know, we could end up literally fighting the entire planet. So it's not going to happen. Relax. They're not going to sell it. You should listen to the people in Greenland. They're basically Inuit, Native American style people, that Asian Native American kind of flavor. And they're not having it. They value the land. They value the trees. They value the wind. They value the grass. They don't value $100,000. They don't value our dying American dollar that's going to be worth $20 in 10 years anyway. They value this sun that is gleaming off my face on this beautiful holiday. They value the family and friends that you go see on days like this. They value the food they can pull out the ground and feed themselves without somebody telling them it's not allowed. That's what they value. So don't worry about Greenland. Nobody's buying, selling, or taking over Greenland. Take 4 to 7 chill pills. Nobody's taking anything. Next on the list, this Venezuela fiasco. He's wilding. And basically, for the last 20 to 30 years, we have been trying to take over Venezuela. I know you think it just happened yesterday, but let me tell you something about every single American conflict that we go into, saying that the guy is a terrorist and he attacks his protesters. Are we not attacking our protesters right now? Can somebody just come take us over because of what happened to Miss Good up in Minnesota? So how can we do it to other places? But you hear the story, they're a terrorist, they sell to terrorists, they kill their protesters. Now we got to go down there and spend $700 billion so we can make $47 at the end of the day. No, trust me, this Venezuela thing, the oil guys even said, we don't want to do it. It's a bad investment. It's going to cost anywhere from $100 billion to $500 billion just to get the oil out of the ground in these places of Greenland and Venezuela, even if we get them. Mind you, if we paid for it, do you realize how deep we're 37 trillion in debt right now? You think buying Greenland, going to war in Venezuela, taking another 20-year war on just so you can get $3 off of gas is going to mean something when your kids are going to be dealing with a $97 trillion debt because you wanted $1 off of gas. Think about it. So don't take Trump seriously. I think Trump has this way of, he says wild things to distract you. So while Trump may be avoiding the Epstein scenario, every time he'll say something silly like, yeah, we're going to take over Greenland tomorrow. Then he's like, nah, no, we not. Oh yeah, we're going to attack Iran Thursday. Nah, we not. Oh yeah, we're going to own Venezuela. Nah, we not. Oh, we're going to get prices down. Nah, we not. Now we got this new healthcare thing where he's talking about he's going to give us the cash. Yeah, like the companies aren't going to just triple the price once they give us the cash. Come on. Are you stupid? Medicare for all, guys. So those are the three main issues. Venezuela is going to be a waste of time. We're not getting into another Afghanistanian plan where we lose billions of dollars, gain nothing, then have to run with our tails tucked and people hanging on to the airplane later. So Venezuela's going to fall apart. Secondarily, this Greenland situation has England and Europe. Mind you, that's who we were working with Ukraine to mess with Russia. So now we're going against the guys that supposedly were against us with Russia, but now they like, yo, we'll smack you up. And understand, this is why BRICS exist. Because you can't keep slapping tariffs. You can't keep putting sanctions on everybody when you get mad, because then they're going to sell oil to China. They're going to sell oil to Russia. They're going to sell wheat to them. They're going to sell them their water. They're going to buy TVs from them. While you're sitting around complaining, talk about the tariffs, they don't care. Why do you think Venezuela started messing with China? They don't care. And it's not terrorism for them to send oil. We're blowing up people in the water without any video or proof. Can I just get one kilo of something of proof for the guys we're blowing up coming from Venezuela? Just 1 kilo. That's all I need. I don't even need a person. Just pick one out of the wind and be like, see, here it is. Just like we did Osama bin Laden. We just wrapped him in toilet paper, threw him off the side of the boat, and was like, yeah, that was Osama. You remember that? Give me that at least. Give me something. So guys, don't worry. And again, I want to take it back to everybody acts like it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. You always want to prepare yourself. You always want to be smart. You always want to be aware. But it's the same old, same old. They're just kicking the can down the road. And eventually, if we don't stop them from doing this double party BS game of making rich people rich and keeping us poor and keeping us fussing and fighting, like out in Minnesota or in Ohio or in downtown Los Angeles, wherever you are, because I live in ice heaven. Trust me, it's serious everywhere, but it's different and things need to change. And I want you to remember, enjoy your days off. Keep a positive attitude. I always tell people, on this planet, there is 7 billion people. There are approximately 100 to 150 million people just like you, with your same personality, with your same mentality, with your same purpose. Do not feel alone. Did you know back during Germany when Adolf was in power, only 46% of people agreed with him? How does 46% of people agreeing you commit everything that Germany did at that time? So that, remember that. Don't feel so alone. It only takes 4 to 5 of us out of 10 to fix this country. My name once again is Carl Anthony. I am always running for president in 2028, 2032, 2036, 2040. Look, I'm going to keep going until I'm old enough to actually win. So I'm 50 right now. So when I turn 80, y'all got to put me in, because y'all know y'all like them 80-year-old dudes that get kind of, you've seen Trump getting a little loose lately too. See, I'm all sober and sane now. So y'all probably, oh man, this guy can actually think. I don't want him for the president. So I'm 50 now, wait until I'm 80 years old, and then you can vote me in when I'm a little senile, and you'll trust me more, because you know you can lie to me. So thanks again for listening. Have a happy Martin Luther King Day. Remember, keep it a day on instead of a day off, and you go out there and you be the best Jesus you can be. We out.